Hello everybody, it is September 11 at almost noon. Kind of late, we're getting started late. With the baby, Val especially, Valya, takes shifts in the middle of the night to take care of the baby, to help the Niana and Diego get some sleep. Baby is breastfeeding, so Niana, however long Valya can keep him satisfied between feedings, is how that goes. Anyway, also Nicole and Bryn and Tyler are coming out. So we're going to try, possibly, to install some windows. And also doing some sanding on these boards. And we want to waterproof the bottoms of them. For now. Eventually we'll do the whole thing as far as stain and lacquer and whatever, but we want to get close to the ground to start preserving that. Also yesterday, Valya and I went, after we were done working here, to the orange box store and bought some stuff. Roger told me to get the stabilizer. He brought me one, and then he brought me these two things that hook on the ladders, and then you can put these 2x10s on there, and then you have a place to step in between ladders, so that we're thinking about further down the road when we're putting the trim or the siding up higher than we can reach. So got that. I broke down and went and got a nail gun. Roger's nail gun is a great nail gun, but you got to get the air compressor out, you got to get the hose out, and the air compressor's it's hard to adjust, doesn't work all the time, and all I have left is the siding. So I got some nails for that, and I'm hoping this will simplify the job. We don't have to hammer and it'll work well. We got two ladders. This is a multifunctional ladder, bunch of different. You can also put scaffolding on that one as well if we had two of them. Anyway, a 22-footer, bunch of different positions. This ladder is mostly going to be for Valya. At least in the beginning, it's going to be her paint ladder. She wants to be able to use that for painting as high up as she can reach, and then after that we'll use taller ladders for like the ends on the outside. This is these are I don't know what you call them, but like a Z strip that goes between the butts of your siding. And that's about it. So I'm gonna go ahead and get some tools, start thinking about how we're going to do all this. It's been a while since we've plugged in batteries and charged things up for tools, so I've turned on the breaker, and I'm going to be charging batteries all day to catch up on that, and go get the sander for this, and we bought some sandpaper for that, and pull out some tools that we'll need for this as well. Alright, let's get to work. It's a beautiful day. I think it's like 70-something degrees. I don't think it's supposed to get above 80 today. We're basically into fall weather now. It's been nice. Not getting too miserably hot. Alright, let's get to work.
Doesn't match this.
Valya.
Has a little bit of red.
How are you? This is what Valya's doing today. Looking good, and she sanded everything. That's the thing. Sanded all the 4x6s and 4x4s. Starting to stain these so we can waterproof them at the bottom. There's Nicole. You can tell she's the boss today.
I am the boss today.
She's entertainer.
I am the entertainer.
She's actually our one of those people that dance at the
jester.
No, at the soccer games or basketball.
Oh,
cheerleaders.
Cheerleader, okay.
Actually, poorly organized, but.
So Brendan and I got this done, and Tyler holds it from the inside Tyler's been holding them from the inside, and then Brent and I pick them up from the outside. I've seen instruction both ways to do these every other, or to put them all in. So because we already had this paper on and it's taped, I didn't put any silicone underneath. But we did put every single screw. And then what I'll do is I'll come back and tape around every one. And then I also have spray foam for the inside if I need it. It's turning out really well. Also what I did was I would put a screw on this end, screw on this end, and hopefully you can see it somewhat. There's a red line. So I would chalk it, do the chalk line, and try to set these right on there. The paper moved a little bit when we screwed this in, but besides the chalk line, then we would also put a level and make sure they're level and level to each other, and then level up and down the best we could. And then we'd take a tape and measure between these two and make sure they were very close to the same from top to bottom, so when I slide siding in here, it'll go in fine. And then of course we'll be putting trim around the outside of it, so it doesn't have to be perfect. We got this new ladder that I showed you guys, this Gorilla ladder. It's working really well. That's all good, and we still have these 3 windows. We're going to call it a day. That's why I'm kind of showing some of this. And we have 2 windows here. And I did these small windows on this side. But unfortunately, I don't know if it'll show it. This window, I got to take it back because it has a flaw on the inside of the double pane. It's like a pencil mark or a pen mark. It's not cracked, but it's weird. Like they marked it or drew on it, but then they put the paint on the inside. So that's where we're at. It's looking good. Go back to Greenville tomorrow maybe and get that one. And I gotta check these other windows to make sure they're not flawed. That's going good. I love this ladder. It does so many different angles and positions. It's been fantastic. Alright guys, wrapping it up. I'm going to go ahead and close the windows because I'm not sure we're going to be here tomorrow. It's got rain, showed a few times off and on in the next 5-6 days. So yes, I have complete openings down here at the end, no windows in them. But I figure these being down will help keep rain from getting inside here and getting like inside. So might as well just close them up. So we're going to go ahead and call it a day. Finished there. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 windows to replace or to put in, big ones, and then this 6th one that was messed up that we got to return. All right, I think that's it. We're gonna leave the trailer here, wood wrapped up, tractor, everything's good to go. So we will see you guys the next time we are out here. Another reason I might not be here tomorrow, most likely won't be here, don't want to be here tomorrow, because tomorrow Valentina and I will have been married 26 years. So hopefully we'll do a little something to celebrate. Most likely go return a window or go buy a few things for the house. But anyway, as long as we're doing it together, we get to spend a lot of time together, so we're really fortunate. All right, we'll see you guys the next time we're out here. Hello everyone, it is September 15 and it's about 11:40. Valya and I came out here a little bit ago, and Diego and Brent are supposed to come out here today and help me. We went and got this window, had a flaw in it when we bought it and we didn't know it. It was weird, so I'll explain it to you. Is that it looked like it had been hit with a marker, like somebody used a pencil or something and marked the window. But the pane was put to the inside. Since they're double pane, it was facing the inside. There was no way to clean it or get it off or whatever. So we took it back and they more than willingly exchanged it and saw what we were talking about. So we got these 2 windows to do down here and 3 over here. So anyway, I'm going to continue on with the story. Valya and I went to exchange that. Well, it's going to be windy on this camera. We went to exchange the window, and guess what? They were having a 20% off everything in the store sale. So we couldn't pass up a good deal like that because there's lots of stuff we needed still, of course. And so when you're talking about 20%, that's significant. So I put all this stuff down here underneath because I'm running out of storage. Well, we got 2 vanities down here with a sink. I bought a tile saw. We bought all of our butcher block and backslash for the kitchen. Let's see, we bought handles for the front door. Butcher block is going to go on kitchen countertops and a island. We got toilet. We got a farm sink. And then we have some other stuff that I'd already bought. But anyway, we saved somewhere around, I think, $700 or $800. And it's the same place we bought all of our windows and doors. And had that sale been on at that time, we would have saved another $1,400. But even the people that worked there didn't know that they were going to have this sale. They said the last time it happened was about 4 years ago. So yeah, pretty cool. That is all. Was all on sale. Also included in what we bought is over here under a tarp, and that's all the tile for our bathroom, both bathrooms, or both rooms that we have for the bathroom and the laundry room. And I think that's about all that we got. It's pretty good deals. Alright, I was just going to show you guys really quickly how I'm putting the lines on for the windows so we know where to line them up. So we're not going to go based on and trusting ourselves that we got our frames exactly right and even. It's more important that the bottom of your windows line up straight across. So I'm sure there's a bunch of different ways and maybe better ways than I'm doing it. But what I'm finding is where the frame is right here, you can see the seal plate here. Taking chalk line. And I'm finding about the same spot on the other end. I'm not being technical or all precise about it, but that just gives us a slight idea. As long as we line the bottoms of the windows on this red line, basically, it'll at least look correct from a distance. And we can float them and shim them. And I'm actually surprised. I watch lots of videos and people are having to shim all the time. But I don't know if we just did a fairly decent job on our framing or I don't know what. But we've not really had to shim anything. It all just floats in perfectly. So it's all fitting nice and snug. So it's great. Hi, Valya.
Hi, how are you? The world looks so much better from upstairs.
Valya's doing the things I don't like to do. I don't like to paint. So what we're going to do here is, I think I showed you guys before, she painted this, but she didn't like it because it ended up being a different color than our doors that she wants to match and our other stuff. So she had to sand that off a little bit, and we'll go back over it. But I'm going to be wrapping this with metal, with some aluminum, and attaching that just to help make this a little bit more waterproof. So when she's done up here, she's going to come down here and repaint that so that it matches whatever part shows. And I'll show you guys what I'm going to do over here. So I just went and bought this this 10 inches by 10 feet aluminum flashing. I don't remember how much it was. It was really cheap at the orange box store that I go to all the time. So 10 inches Valentina thinks is too tall, that it'll be hooked up above the ground and we don't really want to see it. So I'm going to just, what are these called, aviation cutters or something? I'm going to just cut these in half. You'll see that these are splattered. We had rain a couple times since we've been out here, but that's okay. They're sealed with paint, and out there will be sealed with paint, and I'll just wrap them around. It's not probably going to keep it completely waterproof, but it'll help a little bit preserve it over time. Alright, that's the plan. Alright guys, I'm going to show you a little something for the windows. I did a little research. I could be completely wrong. I didn't even know I was supposed to do this till I started watching videos on how to install windows in the house and kind of the complete procedure. Some guys were putting silicone underneath here and even taping afterwards. I'm sure you could do all that, but because I already had wrap on, putting this against here and doing every single screw, I'm going to just put the weatherproofing tape around, and then I also have Loctite spray foam for the inside, around the inside. We'll show you guys that later. But I thought I was gonna, for whatever reason, I just made the assumption I was going to use this Tyvek tape that we tape the siding together to go around. But when I went to the box store and stuff, and I was asking Millworks, what do you use, and they don't use that. They use, and I researched a little bit, and just looking at stuff, something like this. Okay, so this is 25 bucks, and it only does 50 feet. Okay, so the Tyvek was like 160 feet, I think, and was 12 bucks. Twice the price for the third of the distance. And I just think that's 6 inches is a lot of extra that's not necessary tape, in my opinion. And it just kills me to spend that kind of money. Now I realize that yes, coming way out here could be way better than only coming here. But in the interest of keeping things cheap and not spending hundreds of dollars on tape, I already spent over $100. I'm going to try something. I'm going to take my Sawzall, cut this down the middle, and have 3-inch strip all the way around. And I think that should be good, because that's what the Tyvek is. And I just need to cover, all I need to do is cover this edge and these screws. So 3 inches, I think that's going to be plenty right there. And then plus the foam on the inside. So I'm going to give this a shot. Alright, I'm just using an old blade here that I used for cutting up on the roof down the center when we put the center, I don't know which, it's center cap up there. So I had to cut, and I used that blade So I just saved it for when I have to do work that's doesn't matter if I mess up the blade or not. Just make sure we get this at 3 inches and not off center. Alright, let's see if this works. Wow, that stuff is kind of like tar, so when that blade is going back, it's heating up. So I don't understand the chemistry of this stuff, but it's butyl adhesive. I don't know, when I looked it up, it said that was the preferred, like that's the most common thing to use. I don't know what that is chemically, but when you add some heat to it from that saw, it smokes. Man. We're getting there. Alright, this is what it looks like. I'm going to let it cool down for a minute. Then I'm going to try taping and seeing if I just made a blunder or if it's going to work. I really don't know. When I'm cutting it, I'm wondering if I'm making a mistake because it's melting all this on this side. We'll see. Okay guys, this is what it ended up being like. I feel like it's good. I've covered all the screws. And I think that's sealed well. I don't know, as Valya and I were talking, I was trying to figure out why'd they make it 6 inches. I'm guessing that's because they put it on here first. And because when I read the directions for Tyvek, it said, take the tape around the edge of every single cut, like wherever it ends, make sure you cover that. So I'm using this as my sealant, I guess. But maybe that tape I'm using to go around the outside was designed to do this whole thing. I don't know. The way I understood is it's supposed to go on the outside to seal this. There's probably different ways to do it, but this takes longer. I don't like this stuff, but it seems heavy duty, so I think it's gonna serve its purpose. And again, like I said, I asked them at Home Depot what people use, and they said this is the stuff. So there was something else that they had in there that was half the price, but it says it melts polyurethane or something, or it melts something, and I don't know if that's what the frames are made out of, some kind of vinyl stuff. So I just want to make sure I wasn't going to destroy that. That was the only other choice. So let's hope this works. Crews out there. There's a Juga, Bryn, Valya, Nicole, Diego's in there, Neon is in there with my grandbaby. We taped all the windows, put the windows in. Athena is way over there. Athena and Ajuga live right next to each other. They're our family members, but they don't get along yet. Ajuga's tolerant, but Athena loves to get in his face. Ajuga loses his patience. Windows, everything's taped. Very happy about this. So Valya and I had an anniversary September 12th, but didn't really get to do much. So we're going to be taking off this Wednesday through the end of Friday. So we won't be out here to do anything. So I was glad to get this chunk of work done. And we still might come out the next couple days to do little things. I don't know. Also, Diego's parents are here from California. So we'll be hanging out with them as well for a week. Alright guys, I'm just going to wrap it up. I didn't know if we'd be doing anything else. They're still painting. And but we've wrapped up for the most part, putting stuff away. So we'll see you guys the next time we're out here.